in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast
Morning,
in my
Victor.
ears, guiding me
I'm
through my
just
hopes
setting
and
stuff up.
fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show.
Still don't get
Sign
damn
up for the
mad.
newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.
I'm looking at Finviz right
Daily,
now.
don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow.
Needs to be gotten
Taking
over.
risks, making moves, seeking success.
Michael Dell is still selling.
No room for any less. Listen now.
Waltons are selling Walmart. Alex Sander Carp is selling Palantir.
Of the trading bell, my heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter.
Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm back here looking at Seeking Alpha. This is Google wins battle. I don't care about that. FTSE auditor settles SEC negligence. Size of anticipated rate cut to influence level of move in U.S. Treasuries. Bitcoin jumps through high. Roche falls in. SafePro jumps on U.S. Patent Office notice of allowance of AI processed drone imagery. This is SafePro. Let's see. Up 10%. This one isn't. I mean, just. It was issued what? 2 days ago? IPO on July 1st. It was issued. So. I mean, it's not covered. It's just my analyst. Let's see. Best dividend stocks for an autumn slump. Undercover ETFs you should know about. 12 ounce pick from August to September. This might be. You know what? I'm going to include this. I like these undercover dudes. This undercover dozen. If you're not following them, follow them on Seeking Alpha. Undercover ETFs for September. I mean, there's a lot of them. SPY-D, can you beat the yield and total return? QQQE, EWZ, QDTE. There's a lot. It's an interesting one. Let's see, my analyst. What's the third one? Spotlight on FOMC's 25. I don't follow that much on this account. On my other account, I do follow a bunch. Okay. So, morning, Steph. Morning, Victor, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned it, but, a couple of days ago, Apple got you in, then got you right back out. It's under the 9-day. And I need to do the video of the education videos for the paid subscribers. That's going to get started this week. Maybe I'll do it today or tomorrow. I mean, today, just so everyone's aware, today is National Cheeseburger Day. So hopefully I'm not cutting out. I don't know why I cut out. It can't be my internet. My internet is unbelievable. I don't see in the recordings where I cut out, but I know I do seem to cut out for some people. So, let me see. We're going to take this. I'm going to take this down a little bit. I'm going to take this one down. There we go. Okay. Maybe I'm not so loud. Maybe it's not cutting out now. Because it seems to get up into the red, and that seems to be where it cuts it. So if I just 3-band equalizer, I like the low end up so I sound a little bit deeper. Let's do some scans so that we can see what's bullish today. There was a lot yesterday. So, scans. Bank of America at under 40. I like this one under 40. I mean, call me crazy, but I haven't added to it in a while. I get the sense that I want to add to banks. I don't know why, but WFC, Wells Fargo, 54. I think this is like a $60 stop top. Yeah, $60 seems to be the, at 54, you're kind of hoping for that 10% pop up here to 60. But I do think until we get over that, how'd I get that? Just look, previous high, couldn't hold it. So that's a pretty, textbook, hey, that's where it wants to be. Bitcoin and crypto, BITC and BETE. I am going to be on with some of the Direxon CEO. Okay, nothing covered. Call ETFs, energy names, MPC and Devon, DVN. It's funny because there's a program. Is it following me? Yeah, there's a program where I can put the chat up on screen, and I've debated about that with the live stuff, putting the chat up on stream. But I mean, I don't know that anybody cares because I don't address the chat. And that's kind of the I think it's called StreamYard. My brother uses it for his Microsoft podcast. But he's got the backing of Microsoft. It's like $10,000. So, I don't make enough money on this podcast to spend $10,000 on a streaming program that I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, Google won the EU antitrust case, and I think it's Meta is going to get dinged on it again for their stuff. XLF. XLF. Watch list. There's going to be some. Oh, there we go. mRNA, JP Morgan, MPC, Marathon Petroleum, and GCT. I probably should take GCT off the watch list. I don't trust it. I just don't. But I do think at some point in time this one comes back. It's too new. B, it had that run up. The MACD is just way down. It's oversold, but I'll keep it in there. Just know I don't own it anymore, and I don't think that you should either. And the only reason I say that, travelers. AlphaPix took it out. Let's see. NASDAQ. Texas Instruments. We have PIIB. I need to start I'm going to look at this ETF kind of stuff. GM, Union Pacific, Wells Fargo, and Simon. Okay. Citigroup. I mean, Citigroup under 60? Come on. The book value of this one's 90. So that's just crazy. Strategy tester. I am going to live import a scan from Trendspider. Ooh, we're going to open up this undercover ETFs, GLP-1 drugs. We're going to talk about 2 articles on this one. Queasy side effects. Microsoft got upgraded with a $480 price target. Tesla, with its robotaxi event on October 10th, they're arguing this one. Supermicro is a shaky situation. This guy says sell or hold. Interesting. APP, AppLovin. It's up 34% since I said, hey, this analyst. This is why you listen to some of these analysts that have success in a specific stock. GATO was found in this Canslim. And this is what I'm going to use I'm going to import this Canslim. And it's National Cheeseburger Day. And we're going to talk about the Fed. I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about the Fed. So, okay. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to leave you with a countdown. I'll be right back.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.
Okay. Hold on, please. Okay, we're back. Read your comments. Lunar what did go nuts. There's any chance for no rate cut? Is there any chance? Yes, there's a chance. You want to talk about being, I mean, here's the thing. And I'll probably talk about this, but 50%, but a half point rate cut indicates political on one side. 0% rate cut indicates political on another, and opens it up for major, we're trying to get us in the center, major kind of criticism, I guess is what you'd call it, probably, because they were so late in getting started. I saw an analyst, a bank person yesterday who said, hey, we're going to, I'd give them a D on getting started. I think it might have been at the press count at the event that's going on in Huntington Beach. But I'd give them a D as far as getting started late. I'd give them a B as far as, hey, managing it through this. And the grade level that we're at after they start raising is yet to be determined. And yes, APP is an alpha pick. And they've done really well on it. So, okay. I'm just looking over. Okay, I'm going to try something live. Hopefully it works out. Trendspider has been doing this Canslim stuff. They built a strategy around William O'Neill's Canslim. And they've been promoting it out there that you can import it for free into Trendspider. And it's actually pretty good. You can do an NYSE scan or a Russell 2000 scan. Scott, that's great. I think both of those are alpha picks. No, VRT is not. STRL might have been. So there was a social request about stuff. Okay. Let me go and hit record now. It's 8:48. So I'm going to get started. I'll stay on, with you guys for a little while afterwards, but I'm going to hit record a little early. Let me just look at the markets. Well, okay, in pre-market, it is up. .2 VOO is up 0.18. There's nothing crazy going on in the core portfolio. I mean, Palantir's down 1%, but come on. That should be down 10% just based on valuation. Okay. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. I'm going to get started here. Okay. I was looking, I think my camera was extra clear yesterday. I think the customization that I did yesterday on it was good. Scott. Okay, let's look at STRL, okay? Let me look at it for you. In less than a month. So STRL, here's the algorithm. The algorithm makes you 304% versus 411. That's a great move. Now, everybody has different goals, different risk tolerances. We talk about that. It's like cars on the road or fingerprints. There's no two kind of, people that are exactly alike. But here I can see that the algorithm got you in at 116. If you got in that 108 and you went up and then you endured this downturn, it actually wound up losing you money here, even though you had that nice gain up here to 120. But it got you right back in at 116 a few days later. You couldn't have told that. this one day where it's down 7%, minus 7% on September 3rd, that's a tough pill to swallow on this one. But when you look at a weekly, you've got it moving. Now, I would argue, and this is me, any profit is good profit, Scott. So don't take this with a grain of salt where I look at this. From Sterling Infrastructure, I would look at this and I would say on a weekly, MACD is still pretty low comparatively. It's been on this great run. The RSI kind of in no man's land at 61. I think you probably have more room on the upside. From a 4-hour standpoint, you go and look at it. Algorithm had you in at 116. You're at 130 right now. You have confirmation over that 9-day. You have touched the top of the Bollinger Band, but you're no longer touching the top of the Bollinger Band right now. In pre-market, you're up 3.5% at 135. 135 would put you outside the top of the Bollinger Band. Now, your RSI is at crazy levels at 76. So I would argue that today I might be looking at taking some profits. But I would also argue probably 137 there looks like it's a, if you go back here, the top was 137.49. If you go here during this week, the top is 132. You didn't hit 137 again. So taking profits at 135, where 137 was a resistance point before, but I think you're going higher. Now, if we look at the fundamentals of this, and we look at it, it's a strong buy in the quant. Valuation's a C. It's not an F. Growth is a C. Why is growth a C? Let's see. Free cash flow. That's why it's a C. Leverage free cash flow, that they're doing great. Revenue growth, that's great. Profitability, 18% versus 31%. It's probably, yeah. I mean, it's construction and engineering. It's just a big one. Let's see what Wall Street says. There's one analyst that covers it. So ignore that. I mean, just ignore that. The quant is where I would do. But I think this is an alpha pick. I think again, we all have different risk tolerances. If 20% is what you want, nobody should condemn you for doing that. So I think you're fine. I do think that 137 is probably the area, trading at 135 here in pre-market, I would probably look to do that one. And Patty, Netflix, 706, I mean, you've got to hold 700. So if you're looking at Netflix, and saying, hey, I'm okay holding it long term, I don't think you sell right now. But if you're actually looking to take profits on it, I think anything over 700, I think you could buy it back under 700. But again, this is one that I just continue to add to. And the valuation is crazy. It's crazy. But it's the one streaming service that I don't disconnect. So it's kind of like Apple is I continue to pay for it. And they continue to kill it on their password sharing stuff. And their content is just great. I just finished The Perfect Family last night, 6 episodes. Nicole Kidman. It was good. Now, you look at this from a quant standpoint, it's a hold. 47 analysts, okay? 23 say strong buy, but there's 15 that say hold. The average price target is 694. You're trading at 706. It's only 1.72%, so it's not a killer if it goes down to its price target. They have earnings. Let's see. They have earnings coming up on October 17th. How'd they do last October? Let's pull this back to last October to see how they did on their earnings last October. You gapped up. I mean, you were going down into the earnings. So that was a crazy, crazy period. This time you're trading kind of sideways. It got to that 690 point here in July, and then it traded down, and then you've just gone up. So I'm not taking profits, but I think if you're getting nervous, I think you could buy it under 700 again. It's my take on it. What's that? ARM, Broadcom, NVIDIA, and Spotlight starts coverage on Trio. Ooh. Going into conference. Yeah. CrowdStrike is double. Okay, I'm going to stick with what I've got on my notes. I'm going to stick with what I've got. I've got my notes. I'm all set. I think I answered everybody's question, so I will be going into this now. Let's look at this. Okay. I'm going to hit record. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, September 18th. It is Fed Day. This is what we've been waiting for. It's also National Cheeseburger Day. I am mostly meat free. I am not vegan. I have gone vegan before, but I eat a ton of fish. I eat a ton of it, mainly sushi. It's mostly raw fish. And I'm meat free mostly for compassion purposes, not necessarily health purposes, because I eat ice cream, I eat dairy, and I'm not going to save a cow by eating a hamburger. So I will be participating in National Cheeseburger Day. Now, McDonald's, its peers ramp up promotions on National Cheeseburger Day. Here's all the deals you can get. Do you want McDonald's? On National Cheeseburger Day, McDonald's probably wouldn't be my choice. There's better places out there to get a cheeseburger in my mind, but it's interesting. I'm probably going to go down the street. I think I said Big Daddy's Burgers, which is down the street from me here in Atlanta. They have an $8 burger with fries. So I'll probably go down there and get fries and a shake and fatten this thin boy up. So let's look at the market real quick. We'll go into the Fed rate. We will do a Canslim strategy, which is a strategy by William O'Neill that Trendspider has built a strategy around. I'll import it. I'll show you some scans that you can do, and a stock that was found out from it about a week ago, and it's just broken out. We'll go over a stock that I wrote in the newsletter last week before I went on vacation, and it's up 34% since then. It's also an alpha pick, and it's one of the top tech rated quant stocks. SMCI, Tesla with the robotaxi, Microsoft, and then GLP-1 stuff. So got a big show. Hang out. Let's look at the market as we see it. There's nothing that matters today other than the Fed. Okay, Qs yesterday, we held confirmation above that 9-day. I've talked about it before, how we had 3 downturns of 8% last year during this time. One of the things that you want to look at is is this a sell the news, based on seasonality? It could be. It sell the rate cut. Seasonality says yes. Over the last 2 decades, next week has the worst hit rate on SPY with negative returns 68% of the time over the last 19 years. How do you view this? Well, in Trendspider, we can go and look at the Qs, and rather than monthly down here, I can change this to weekly, week of the year, and we can take a look at this. This week, the 38th week of the year was horrible for the Qs. Next week, it's a coin flip. This is the last 19 years. Next week, it's a coin flip, 47%. Your mean change is minus 6.5, minus 0.65, not 0.6.5, minus 0.65. So seasonality plays a role. I would argue that this rate cut is a little bit bigger than most others in the past, and it doesn't always happen this week. But yes, we can go and look at the seasonality of VOO as well. VOO, we held confirmation yesterday. If we go and look at the last 14 years of VOO, next week is the worst week of the year. So is it the S&P 500? I've said, hey, the Qs are lagging behind. VOO and S&P hit an all-time high yesterday. Qs is not at an all-time high. So is it possible that we start to see some catch-up trade and we start to see the Qs come back to its all-time highs around 503, where you're trading at 475? Maybe. I wouldn't expect that move in a week. That would be an enormous move. I expect that we trade between 450 and 500 until you get out of this range, okay? We don't know where it's going. My guess, long-term, it's going higher. But again, who knows? Again, the rate cuts, It's the first inning of a 9-inning or an extra inning game. It's not the end all of everything. So rate cuts, I will tell you what I think. I think they go a quarter point, 0.25. I think if they go 0, I think it's seen as political on one side, and they will be yelled at and criticized that they're late to cut the rates. I think if they go half a point, 0.5, I think it's seen as political and that there's some nervousness in the market. And I think you see the market react there. Don't trade between 2 o'clock and 2:30. That's my best advice. If you're going in and you're hearing the announcement at 2 o'clock and you say, oh, I'm going to buy it. And then all of a sudden, Jay Powell does his press conference and he says something a little bit different, the market's going to determine that. Now, if you didn't see it yesterday, the markets were doing great. Midday, we were doing fine. Everything was perfect. And then the news of the exploding pagers came out in the Middle East with Hezbollah. Let's be real. That was a state actor. I don't know which state. I'm assuming it's Israel that blew them up. But that was a state actor. For thousands of pagers to go off and blow up like that, that's a state actor. You know I mean, come on. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. But that took the market down. Okay? That took the market down. That's what it was. Now, rate cuts, again, you want to find a strategy. Okay? This Canslim. Canslim stands for, and this is William O'Neill, who's a famous trader. Stock picking framework guided you towards companies with the most promising growth potential. The C, current earnings per share. The A, annual earnings growth. N, new market highs. S, supply and demand. L, leader or laggard. I, institutional sponsorship. M, market direction. Okay, this Canslim, you can see all about it right here in a video. I will link to this page. This is a Trendspider page because what Trendspider has done is they have given you 2 scanners, one for the NYSE and one for Russell 2000. I am going to import these into my setup right now. Okay, we're going to log in and import. It's going to put it in. Okay, we're going to subscribe. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, click to open it. And this scan actually happens. If you go to Market Scanner and we just go to the search, I can type in Canslim and I can do a scan right here on the bottom. But this one top up here is the one that you want to see. Let me see. Canslim. Canslim. There we go. And I can open this one up at the bottom and I can do this the scan. Now, I can't change it. I've got to make my own copy in order to scan it. But I can scan, spiders. Let's see. Let's look at our watch list, our custom daily watch list. I can do that. ANET and Palantir. Those are the 2 that show up. And what this does is it actually, you can see if you go back here. Let me just go back to find Canslim. This is the scan that it does. Okay. Any of the following, all of the following. Okay. It looks at all of that stuff. Today's Canslim names, Palantir, ANET, HWM, all of that. It puts it all in there. Okay, it looks at this stuff. 25 symbols, the Canslim is found in the NYSE index. You can change it to whatever index you want. Say you want to just do the Dow. Let's look at the Dow. Let's see if the Dow, if any Canslim on the Dow 30. Nothing on the Dow 30. You can change it to the Russell 2000. You can import this into your setup and scan the Russell 1000. And let's see if anything shows up. GoDaddy. Well, we talked about GoDaddy before. This one has been a monster. AXS, which is Axis Capital. I think that's a REIT. Wingstop is one that it comes up. Again, if you want to read about Canslim and import it into your Trendspider stuff, I will include that in the newsletter. If you're interested in something like this, which again is a strategy, it provides you a strategy to find stocks to actually trade. You can go to my Linktree, linktr.ee, and Trendspider is the top link right here, okay? It takes you to this pricing page for $50 a month. You can get Canslim as your scanner. Again, this is a proven historical trader, William O'Neill. You can Google him. William O'Neill, stock picking framework. This is how he picks stocks based on Canslim. And Trendspider has built it for you. You just saw me import it into my system, okay? What that is I provide, when you actually sign up through my link, I give you the 4-hour algorithm. I give you the 65-minute algorithm. I give you the 5-minute algorithm. I give you all the custom watch lists that I have. I give you the custom scanners that I use. Everything that I use, I give you, and it's as easy as that. You just import it. What you do is you sign up, and then you go back to the link tree, and you email me a screenshot of the email address that you signed up with, your account page. Just a screenshot of your account page on Trendspider. And say, hey, Gary, I want your algorithms. And just email me. It's as simple as that. And you saw how easy it is to import. Okay? Even if you don't know what you're doing, you may say, hey, on Canslim, I don't understand what earnings per share is. I don't understand what all of this stuff says. Price, close, volume. I don't understand what the relative performance is. The analyst estimates. I don't understand it. You don't. You just scan for it. Again, this is a proven scanner from a legendary trader, William O'Neill. That's it. And that's what Trendspider gives you, is the opportunity to find things like that, the opportunity to go into their free Discord service and basically talk with other traders and other people who share strategies. My strategy's one. There's plenty of others out there. And you can team up with a bunch of people and try and import it. One of them that was found was GATO. No matter what the market conditions are, there's always a growth story waiting to play out. GATO from our Canslim scan is breaking out to new 52-week highs. This was just posted yesterday. So let's go look at GATO. Okay, this is my 4-hour algorithm. Where it get you in? Got you in here at 1272. Canslim found it at 1272. You get in, and you're sitting here. You might say, well, this is a great stock. How do I? You've just found it through that Canslim scan. GoDaddy. We can look at this in the 4-hour. GoDaddy right here. It just got you in today at 152. This is from the Canslim. The MACD, super low. The RSI, oversold territory. GoDaddy. So again, how are you using Trendspider? You've got to sign up in order to use it. Okay, I like looking at my core investment group, and I include this in Trendspider as well. So go and use it. Go and use it. I mean, that's the thing. Now, other way you can find stocks is sign up for the newsletter, and this is one, APP. Okay, I put this exact thing, and I went over. I don't expect you to listen to me every day, but I put this, and what I said was, each time Michael has recommended this stock, you've seen 20% growth when you bought. This was on 910. You're at 918 right now. The stock is up 34%. It's app loving, APP. This is in the watch list. It's a alpha pick. It's a great stock. And ironically, on 912, 912 got you in at $97. This one, the algorithm makes you 447% versus 335% when you just buy and hold. Over 24 months, there's only 21 positions. This one's on fire. Absolute fire. It's trading on the upper end of the Bollinger Band. It just widened up. And they just had their earnings. If you traded this after their earnings on August 7th, I said it was a good buy here at 75. You've almost doubled your price, your stock purchase here. Again, you don't need a lot of this stuff to find it. Sign up for the newsletter. Let us help you grow. That's what the song says. Right here, it's free. Again, this was on 910. Yesterday, I put on back. There's a couple stocks that I like. NVIDIA, Amazon, Apple. And why? It's easier to just read the newsletter than it is to listen to me go on for an hour. So, and again, it's an alpha pick. $50 off alpha picks. How do you get it? You go to Linktree. That's the third link right here. Alpha Picks is a curated portfolio, 2 data-driven stocks each month, one on the 1st, one on the 15th. Look at the performance, 114% versus the S&P at the same time gained 38%. Some people are perfectly happy with 38%. For me, I don't mind spending money to make 114%. It's not guaranteed, but that's a great, great historical return. And this is a way to do it. If you don't understand how to pick stocks, if you don't understand what fundamentals are like PE, leveraged cash flow, some of the growth, the year-over-year revenue increase, some of the profitability with gross profit margin. If you don't understand any of that, get alpha picks. What they do is on the 1st and the 15th, when they pick a stock, they give you a full 3-4 page analysis of that stock. You will observe and you will understand why they picked it. Okay, that's the key to alpha picks. It's $50 off. Now, the other one, if you know how to do your own trial, I would urge you to get Seeking Alpha Premium. That's the second link up here. They're 2 separate programs, okay? 2 separate ones. You get $25 off your membership, and then price increases to $299 on October 1st. So get it because you secure your renewal rate at $239, I believe, if you sign up before October 1st. So there is a deadline. Sign up before October 1st, and your first year is $25 off the regular rate. But then your second year, you get money off because they're not going to raise you to $299 because you signed up with an affiliate link. Again, go over here and you click on that second link. Now say you want both of them. There's a bundle. I'll include it in the newsletter today. You get it for $239 and $499. It's the same thing. It's just 1 click instead of 2. In order to sign up for both, you have to go to 1 click. Then you have to go back to my link tree and sign up for the other one for the discounts. But I'll include this. They're including this until October 1st. So it's a good deal. It's a good bundle deal. So again, APP. Now let's talk about one of the alpha picks people have been told. One of the other things, and I'll include this, is in the mobile app. They give you, or even on the front page of Seeking Alpha, they give you the top latest quant stocks. And if I scroll down here to the latest tech stocks, ironically, look at what's up top there. It's APP. APP. We talked about Dell. Dell's a good one. Some of these, I don't even know what they are. You got large cap, small cap, and mid cap. It's great. You can go in and research these. And like I did yesterday, you can just go and look at top stocks. PSIX is the top one. Look at the chart of PSIX. This one has just been a monster since it got the top quant rating. Valuation's not crazy. Growth isn't crazy. Now, it's a small cap stock. Market cap is only $391 million. But that's a great performance. And again, if you want to know about the quant rating, the quant ratings beat the market. That's it. The rate stocks rated as strong buy. Return over, I think a 10-year period, 20-year period, something like that. Return on a $10,000, returns $269,000. 10K investment, you turn it into $269,000. The S&P would only get you up to $55,000. So the return on strong quant, again, that's Seeking Alpha Premium. It's a good one. Let's talk about SMCI. Okay, this article right here, it's a good article. May still be on shaky ground. They bring up that the financials will get released in mid-October. I believe, I don't know the exact date, but it's mid-October. This particular analyst is interesting because he's been fairly good at predicting it. Again, he pointed out that the one issue was he pointed out that it was a strong buy up here at let's see, right there. That wasn't a good one, but his overall, let me see, overall, where does it say? Let's see, change minus 2.96. So he believes that there's more downside, but he rates it as a hold. Okay. Since here, it's down 61%. Since here, it's down 42%. Now, he said hold back here. It's up 73% since then. So take it with a grain of salt. I still think that you hold this stock. I don't think that you make any changes. I personally am holding, but understand that I am playing with 100% profits. I wanted to include this analysis because I think it was actually good analysis, even though the analyst doesn't have a great history with this one. He's kind of picked wrong, and he's saying hold. But again, I think he goes over exactly what you need to know if you're holding this stock. So I'll include this one in the newsletter as well. Now, we can look at the stock chart here in Trendspider, and we can say, you know what? How does the 4-hour algorithm trade on this one? Well, the 4-hour algorithm makes you 371% over 24.2 months. There's 26 positions. It's got you in here at 410. It's not bad because you're at 440. Okay, it's losing its confirmation. Right now on pre-market, it's up 0.71. I like this gap up here to 540, but there's other gaps that haven't been filled. Your 200 days moving negative, your 50 days moving negative. There is a negative trend line that if you just go from the top here on March 8th, where it traded $1,200, we are still in negative territory, okay? You held that trend line right here and it bounced up. That doesn't mean that we don't come down to 380 somewhere, okay? This is right before its 10-for-1 split. 10-for-1 split might be a catalyst for this stock. Might not be. But again, super micro, it's an interesting one if you want to do it. Now, Tesla. Let's talk about this. This one. Tesla stock, consider buying before the upcoming robo-taxi event. This particular analyst has one recommendation. He said hold. It's up 7% since then. I would argue that the 4-hour algorithm on Tesla is really good. This one in particular, this particular analyst argues that lower interest rates could be a boom for the stock. I would argue I don't think that matters, but again, the robo-taxi event with lower rates, that might be a catalyst for this stock. You've got this gap up here to 246. I would say the closer you get to 260, the more you want to take profits. I would not sit there and hold through 260. I'd rather see you sell at 250 and buy back at 270 when 260 becomes the support level instead of the resistance. You've got earnings coming up October 16th on this one. Okay, we know deliveries are a problem. We know full self-driving is not 100%. I personally have full self-driving. I still don't trust it. I still don't like it on city streets. I love it on the highways. I hate it on city streets. In fact, full self-driving on hardware 3, which are older Teslas, like my parents have an older Model X. I have a brand new Model Y. I have hardware 4. Full self-driving is fantastic. It failed on hardware 3. They had to roll it back. Just as simple as that. They have too many levers to pull in order to actually do a super wide release of it. But with the robo-taxi, maybe they're putting some LiDAR in there. Maybe they're putting something like Waymo out on the street, and they're doing it in a cost-effective way because their AI is so far advanced. You know, he's got the biggest NVIDIA cluster in Texas, and it's trading, Project Dojo. Do you want to buy this one now? I would argue buy it on the algorithm. The algorithm had you in here at 215, 227. You might be a little bit late in this one. Again, you might be a little bit late. I'd rather see you buy it closer to the day and the price that the algorithm says, which is 220. Okay, I had you in here at 220. Got you in at 215, got you right out with a 2% loss, but it got you right back in. With this algorithm, over 24 months, you make 141%. You might say, well, Tesla's way up. Why would I want 141%? Well, because 2 years ago, if you just bought it and held it, you're down 23%. Over 24 months, there's only 23 positions. So it's less than 1 per month. Your average win, 15.96%. And I would argue that 15.96, you want to pull out at 10. You know, hey, pull out game. Tyreek Hill doesn't have it. He's got like 6 baby mamas. My pull out game on Tesla, pretty damn good because you make 141% on the algorithm. But they argue, yes, it's a buy. Okay, let's talk about Microsoft. Microsoft in the spotlight as Mizuho reiterates outperformance, $480 price target. The quant on Microsoft says it's a hold. Okay, it's been a hold this whole time since 300. I would say you want to buy this closer to 400, and we'll take a look at the chart. Then you want to do it at 500. But when you look at Wall Street, and this is a widely covered stock, okay, 56 analysts cover this. 40 say it's a strong buy. Average price target, 502. That's a 15% upside. Now, when you look at most recently, the last 3 months, 12 earnings per share upgrades, 31 say down. 16 say up on revenue, 29 say down. So is the price a little bit expensive? When we go and take a look at Wall Street, they chased it up. And we've just been sitting in this range. When we go and look at the price, the price action on the chart, because the chart doesn't lie, it's just price action. That green line right there, That is on a weekly. Okay, you can see where we just went before. You can see we touched 3. You're using that one as support until you break down on that support. It is support. Now your MACD on a weekly, it's pretty low. I mean, historically, that's been a catalyst for it to go higher. The RSI, it's at 55 in no man's land. The last time it was here at 55 in September, the stock traded at $300. You're at $435 right now. So I would argue this one is due for a little bit of run. Now the algorithm, the 4-hour algorithm, makes you 65% versus 63% for buy and hold. It really doesn't make a difference. I look at the algorithm as entries, okay? That green line is that trend line. You can see we've held it up pretty much on there. It hasn't been exact. No trend line is going to be exact. You want to look at trend lines just as an estimate. And did we hold it? Absolutely, we held it. We bounced up there. You're trading at the top of the Bollinger Bands. You're seeing them expand. Do you want to buy here? It's above the 200-day. I would say on the 4-hour, you're better off buying under the 200-day, which is under 425. I might wait to buy this one. But again, it's rate cut day. If you haven't bought this one, you're probably just a little bit too late. You want to make sure that you understand when to buy. And again, the charts don't lie. Okay? Take a look at GLP-1s. I often say this. We are in a GLP-1 and an AI market. Do queasy side effects mean the end of weight loss drug stocks? Probably not. You know, there's a certain amount of people that get queasiness. Novo is up more than 40% in the past year. Lilly's up 50%. Both stocks are not far from their 52-week highs. There are a bunch of other players in GLP-1. Other players in weight loss: AMZN, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Viking Therapeutics, Structure Therapeutics, Merck, J&J. Okay? They're all releasing GLP-1s. You can read about the queasiness, or you can just go to this article. 16 new GLP-1 weight loss drugs could be launched in 2029, by 2029, okay? Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly have the front-running status. That is why Eli Lilly is in the core portfolio, okay? It's trading at 907. I've been telling everybody, if you can get this under 900, get it under $900. Now, if you're just going to buy $2,000 worth of shares, that's 2 shares, okay? The difference between 907 and 900 is $7 per share. 2 shares, that's $14. That's a freaking Happy Meal at McDonald's these days. So don't be afraid to buy this one. Again, you stub your toe, you're getting GLP-1. And are you getting any of those ones that are coming out by 2029? No, you're getting Eli Lilly or Novo Nordisk. Novo Nordisk has some problems producing much. So Eli Lilly has been the leader because they're able to produce the drugs more. That's the simple fact. Is it too high? Let's take a look. On a weekly, you've still got the MACD super high up. We talked about how Microsoft reset down there. Your RSI is at 58. It's in no man's land. Your 50-day, moving up. Your Bollinger Bands, you're not at the top of them. The top is 985. Let's look at the quant on Eli Lilly, because the valuation's going to be an F, because you're paying for this growth. Everything else is an A. The quant says hold. The valuation's nuts. Again, I'd rather pay 55 times forward earnings for Eli Lilly than something like Costco, which is also trading around $900. You know, Wall Street, let's see. There's 27 analysts that cover this. 16 say strong buy. Their average price target is $9.95. Yes, they have chased it up. It has kept up with them. You know, if we go to revisions on this one, we talked about the revisions on the other one. 23 analysts revise up, none down. 23 revise up on revenue, none down. So again, pick whichever one you want. Eli Lilly's in the core portfolio. You want to see how the core portfolio does? Let's go Savvy Trader, because the core portfolio is one that it's just 35 names. You can follow this for free on Savvy Trader. There's no different. See Eli Lilly? It was crazy for me to buy this at 542. When did I buy it? Let's see. History. I bought it August 18th of last year, so just over a year ago. 542. It's up 67% in 1 year. Is that genius? No. It's just, hey, it's understanding that Eli Lilly, you stub your toe, you're going to get a GLP-1. You have hemorrhoids, you're going to get a GLP-1 because that's weight loss. You're too heavy. You got hemorrhoids. That's what this is. And if you don't believe in the power, SPY hit an all-time high yesterday. Okay? It hit an all-time high. Let's look at the year-to-date performance of the core portfolio, which isn't a greatly managed core portfolio because it's just 100 shares of each. If it's $1 million I'm Say you only have $10,000, okay? Just buy one share of them. Buy one share of each one that you like. Okay? I'm going to probably bounce Boeing out of the core portfolio, not because it doesn't have opportunity. I'm just sick of that one going down. There's probably a couple others that I want to add in, like Dell, like JP Morgan, like XLF instead of XLY. That one has outperformed. XLU has been outperforming XLY and XLK. But again, you take a look at this, and the core portfolio is up 30% year to date. SPY is up 18%. That's why you want to, you don't have to pay for alpha picks. Say you don't have enough money for $450 for alpha picks. Well, just follow the core portfolio. Learn how to pick stocks yourself. Find FinViz. I used FinViz for years before I found Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha is fantastic to me for two reasons. No ads. It curates stocks for me. And the quant rating gives me some support for fundamentals, which I'm not always great at. It's as simple as that. You got free tools out there. Yesterday, I gave you a free tool where Ross from Warrior Trading goes over and sets up Thinkorswim. And he goes over his entire setup. That's out there on the internet. That's for free. Don't think you have to pay for this stuff. But again, I think there's an opportunity here to find this stuff. Now, one other article that I found in Seeking Alpha today, Uncovered ETFs. You should know about 12 analyst picks from August to September. This is an interesting one. It's ETFs. Some of these are leveraged ETFs. The Russell Dynamic Multi-Factor, MFL, Macro Grid, SPY-D, QQQE. There's 12 of them in here. 12 of them. These are great. These are ETFs that this undercover dozen comes out with, and they're great for September. Some of these are income ETFs, and they're like, hey, the actual dividend is going to come out. It's going to outpace SPY. It's going to outpace the indexes. So it's an interesting one. Again, Seeking Alpha, that's Seeking Alpha Premium. You can find all that stuff on the link tree. Now, let's go to social requests. Michael from Instagram. Too late to get into POWL and VST, PSIX. I think PAL and VST could continue to grow. Would appreciate to hear your charts. So PAL, I went over yesterday. PAL is a small electric supplier. This has been an alpha pick, and it's been really good. Alpha pick, we talked about alpha picks right here. They picked it right here, down at $55. Again, if you want alpha picks, it's the second link on Linktree. And we can go over. PAL is great. This has just been a killer stock. They bought it in a $50 range. $40, $55, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's at $174. Do you want to buy this? Well, let's take a look at it. Volume profile, you got all the volume sitting up here between 132 and 170. From a 4-hour standpoint, we can run the 4-hour algorithm. It makes you 601%. You make 638% if you buy and hold over 2 years. There's 24 positions. I would argue I'm pretty happy with 601%. Your average win, 22%. It got you in at 161. I would trade this with the algorithm. And we can go and look at PAL, and you'll see that the valuation is crazy. The valuation is a bit nuts. Valuation C+. It's 16 is the PE. Sectors at 20. So it's under there. Your PEG ratio, your PEG is 1.31. Anything under 2 is a buy. So I don't think it's too late. Now, VST, we can look at VST. This is another power generation. If you look at this one, they're not making money. Valuation's an F. They don't have a PEG ratio, okay, because they're not making money. You can look at their growth, though. They are growing. Their revenue, though, down 15% year over year. When you look at VST and you look at this one, it's just kind of floundering. Is it great? Let's go and look at the 4-hour algorithm, because you have to have some type of strategy to trade this. It does sound like, Michael, you want to trade this. You don't want to buy and hold. So if you're trading the 4-hour algorithm, and this one makes you 179%, 259% if you buy and hold. Now, again, I'm going to take this one out, remove this segment. If you look at the VST, buying in at 80 and you're at 91, that's a great percentage. Your ex-dividend date is coming up. You've already had your earnings. You're kind of midway until the next earnings. It's not, it's not a great one. Now, PSIX, this is one this is the one that the top alpha picks. This is great. And I said, hey, this is going to get to 20. It got to 20, got you out with a 21% gain. This one, the algorithm makes you 341%. Buying and holding makes you 502%. Okay? This one's it's a little bit crazy, a little bit nuts. This is only 31 months old. So you don't even have, you don't even have it's just a little bit over 2 years. But again, PSIX, when you look at this, if you just go over to top stocks and Seeking Alpha and you look at this, top stock, is the valuation crazy? No. It's a small cap stock though. When you look at Wall Street, it's going to have one analyst that covers it. One. Only one. So I would say you look at this chart, and I clearly found this. When I looked at the weekly, and I looked at the trend lines, and I looked at the previous highs on this, that's where I found this. Okay, that's where I found these lines. You look at the last time it popped. Look at if we pull this back a little bit and we load this up, okay, and we go back. Where did it pop to? Popped up here. Okay, that's 12. It hit it again at 12. Then you got lower highs, okay? And where was the lower high? It was right around that $8 mark. Now, when you got down here to $2 and it shot up, when you passed that $8, I would say you had $12 in the bank. And then I said, where was the last time it popped up here? Well, 20. And I said, that's going to be where there's going to be some resistance. And yes, you're clearly seeing it. Clearly seeing resistance. So the $8 one, that was where you went. You had the golden cross here. And you're still going. Is it too late to get in there? I would argue yes. But again, this is a very small company. Their growth is what you're paying for. And it's not the growth on the revenue year over year. The levered cash flow minus 6.1. Again, this is the growth of just the power portion. And the growth of AI. That's what it's going to be. It's an industrial. So is it too late to get in there? I don't know. It depends on what your time frame is. Sounds like you're trading. I would argue that the 4-hour algorithm, Michael, is your best bet on that one. Damon from YouTube. I guess my main question would be portfolio makeup. What does Alpha Picks keep in their portfolio since the beginning? Like what makes a stock constant hold versus what makes it let go? Trimming happens. I guess what changes a portfolio DNA. I've held stocks longer than others, but some I've let go. I know it's a trader stock and others I hold. It's in the top 5 of every portfolio in the world. Like would anyone sell Apple or Microsoft in their portfolio? They wouldn't. Good topic to talk about. Okay, so what makes something hold? Okay, it's personal. And it's personal. But I would argue if you're looking at maybe getting rid of some stocks, then you want to take a look at, the long-term charts. Do a monthly. Do a weekly chart and see if you're still in that space where it's bottom left to upper right. We can go and look at Apple. We can go and look at Microsoft here. I'm just going to reload Trendspider a little bit. PSIX seems to bump that one out. Let's go and look at a monthly chart on Apple, okay? Do we still have a bottom left to upper right? Yep. Do I think it's going to turn down here? I would say the MACD is extremely high on the monthly. The RSI is at 64. So I think it's overbought. Does it have more room to run? Probably. Depends on the iPhone. Again, we pulled back from 230 to 218. That's a big move in the world's largest stock. Now, when you look at Microsoft, that got up to I think 460 or so. And when we look at a monthly on that one, is this one that you want to hold? I would say absolutely, even though it might have some downside. When are you going to get back in? And that's the problem. The valuations are a little bit stretched. Yes, historically, they're a little bit stretched. Is it going to outperform the market? Well, if the market continues to go, these stocks have to go up because you said it right, D-Man. Now, Apple's the number 1 most held stock. Microsoft's the number 2 valuation as far as stock. I think NVIDIA is probably number 3, and that's close. When people put more money into the market, what are they buying? They're probably going to buy some ETFs. They're going to buy VOO. They're going to buy that. That increases the stock price of Microsoft. What did Microsoft announce? A $60 billion buyback. That's like a daily trading volume for Microsoft. It sounds great, but that's like daily trading volume for them. But again, if they use the Apple model and they retire shares, that makes you as a shareholder it makes your shares more valuable. So what makes it buy and hold? It's good companies with good products, with good management and good profits. That's what makes it holdable. If they don't have that and you start to see, Target, look at Boeing. I talked about it, that I want to take Boeing out of the core portfolio. It's bad management. It's not great profits. This was a company that used to pay a dividend. They don't pay a dividend now. You go to a monthly on this one. Look at the pullback on that. Is that one that you want to hold? You could have bought this in what, 2017 at the price that you're trading today? It's not one you want to hold. Did you want to get rid of it up here at 373? Probably. I mean, it just looked like it was extended, but then you had COVID, and that was what brought it down. Now, did you want to buy it here in March where its low was $89? Yes. Did you want to buy it here when it hits the 200-day? The answer would probably be yes with a company like this. Again, they are a historic company. They have plenty of money, plenty of income. They're dealing with a strike. There's a lot, and they just haven't handled it well. And you've seen it come down. Do I want to hold this one long term? Probably not. This would not be one that I would make the mainstay of my portfolio. I'd rather have VOO. Honestly, I'd rather be more exposed than hold Boeing as the main component of my portfolio. So let's talk about scans. Bank of America. I think Bank of America under 40 is a perfect buy. We got a buy in here at 39.47. You're using that 200-day. I think this one's good. We have other financials on this list as well. Simon Property Group, this one at 164. I said it yesterday. I'm a little bit skeptical of this one because of the valuation, but that MACD is super low. The RSI is super low. Doesn't mean it can't go down, but they have earnings coming up in October, late October. It's an interesting one. Wells Fargo. I own Wells Fargo. I would say anything under $60. I think 60 is your top. How did I get 60? Well, when you take a look at the weekly, you can see back here in January 2020 or February 2022. That's where it topped out. And then we went through that period where financials just came down, and then financials came back. Where did it top out? Right at that top. Right at that top. And you can see back here, we've got a gap between 61 and 63. At some point in time, you fill that gap. At some point in time, you fill that gap. That goes all the way back to 2018. Now, mRNA, this is Moderna. I am twice vaxxed. I am with Moderna. They've lost their way. I just don't, again, this is a company that probably makes sense. Stefan Bancel, their CEO, I just don't like him. He's been selling billions of dollars all the way through this high $400. And the guy became a billionaire. So I'm not a fan of it. I do think that their technology takes them higher. JP Morgan is one. As this one gets down towards 200, it becomes interesting at 209.44. This one becomes interesting at $200. That MACD super, super low. When you take a look at a weekly, though, that MACD is still super high. Historically, that's still super high. You're starting to get a little button hook on that weekly. You're not even down in the lower half of that Bollinger Band. So it's interesting, but it's not one that I would want. Now, Citigroup, this is one I do want. Citigroup here, you have an entry at 58. You're under 60. I would argue this is a great buy. When you look at the weekly and you look at that double top, it's at 80. So if you buy this under 60 and you get a golden cross of the 50-day up on the 200-day, I think you're good on this one. I like this one here. GM. We have a cross up on GM, which is a recent alpha pick. Again, alpha pick. I don't know where they picked it. I think it was sometime earlier this year. Your MACD under the oscillator. Your RSI at 60. You got their earnings coming up at October 21st. I think the support level is 42. You're at 48. Yes, that's a big one down. But when you take a look at this one, are we extended? You might have a golden cross coming up on the weekly. Your Bollinger Bands are cinched up. Again, the 4-hour is indicating a higher move. Your RSI is at 57. It could get moved higher. Again, these guys are making good money. Union Pacific is one. This is one, 253. Do you want this one? We take a look at a weekly here, and you've just traded within this range. This old range is completely out. Okay, if I were to put a trend line in here, and we were to look at this, okay, let's just go here. Where's the trend line? It's right there. You're trading at the top of that trend line. Okay, where's your resistance level? If we go right here and we just touch 3, we're going to touch right there. Okay, You may have a move up to 271. You may have your support at about 240. You're at 253. That's where I would trade it, that range. Okay, your leveraged ETFs. We had a cross up on TSLQ, which is the short on Tesla. Okay, that means they're expecting it to go down. It's kind of even today, 0.06%. It's at 228. This one has an entry here at 24.97. Now, over the last 24 months, this makes you 57%. You shorting Tesla makes you 57%. If you just bought and held TSLQ, which I don't suggest, you're down 35%. So it's one to look at. You have 23 positions over 24 months. Your average win is 13%. This is a stock that's been going down. So I would argue the 50 days moving down. You know, you have your October event. We just went over why I think it would be a buy. I don't know that I'd do this one. XLF. We talked about how financials, how I like financials. We can look at entry here at 45.23. You're looking at this one from a weekly standpoint. You have broken out above that 41. If you're buying at 45, I would say your support level and your stop loss would be at 41. You could take it before that, but I don't know that I'd necessarily trade an XLF and say, okay, I'm going to be out at 41, if it breaks down. But again, it seems like we've held it. But I would say that 41 is your new support. Your MACD a little bit high. Your RSI is at 66. So there are some issues there. But again, it crossed up. It looks, you have to find opportunities in the market. If you're going to trade on a daily basis, this is what you do. The 4-hour gives you those opportunities. And the 4-hour algorithm is my favorite tool to try and trade. Okay, I like the 65-minute if I'm going to do some day trading. I like the 5-minute to find entries on stuff. But again, the 4-hour provides me the ability to manage my portfolio, trade on the time frame you can do. The 4-hour was developed when I had a job, when I was going hiking. It was just a matter of I want something that I can look at twice a day. I didn't want the daily because by the end of the day, I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. It was acting too slow for me. Didn't want a weekly because a weekly, that's how I do Apple. That's how I do Microsoft. That's how I do NVIDIA. That's how I do the top ones in my portfolio. It's just too slow for me. So the 4-hour fit, maybe a 65-minute, you have a lower risk tolerance than I do. Maybe a 65-minute fits for you. Just make sure it's back tested and it works. XLF on a 24.5 months, the algorithm makes you 49.6%. Buying and holding makes you 31.6%. Your average win, 4.4%. So if you take a look at this 4-hour, it tells you when to get in. You can set up an alert. You can get a text. You don't even have to look at the damn chart on Trendspider. So again, the link tree is where everything is. Webull, my favorite mobile trading platform. I think I'm at $8,500. There's a bunch of MicroStrategy and iBit and NVIDIA in there. I have it on my front page because whenever I feel like actually gambling, I just put it in there. It's at $8,397. $8,397. So I got a bunch of Apple in there. I've got Berkshire, one share of Berkshire because I bought that. I've got Coke. I've got Tesla. I've got Spotfiy. I've got Snap. I've got Starbucks. So I've got a bunch of stuff in there. If you have any questions, you can hit me up. My email's right here. All the socials are up above. Again, Trendspider is the platform that I use to trade. I'll include this bundle offer in the newsletter. It's not on the link tree, but I'll include it. It's just a matter of it's one button instead of two. Seeking Alpha Premium is the one that I recommend. Again, if you're a little less comfortable with setting up your own portfolio, here's Alpha Picks, which sets up your portfolio for you. But ultimately, sign up for the newsletter. Okay, take care. See you tomorrow. Let's hope for a 25 basis point cut. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, see you. Bye. Okay. Canslim. The strategy of Canslim is very simple. It is a current earnings per share, annual growth revenue, annual earnings growth, new market highs. That's CAN, new market highs. S is supply and demand, so it includes supply. L is leader or laggard. They want leaders. Institutional sponsorship, that's how many institutional and ETFs own it. And then market direction, which way is it going? CAN, current market earnings, annual earnings growth, new market highs. SLIM, supply and demand, leader or laggard. institutional direction and market direction, institutional sponsorship. So it's there. The link is, I'll link it in the newsletter, Patty. It is a legendary kind of, William O'Neill is legendary. So I trust him. Yes, and Troy, that's a good book. I have not read it. I don't read. And it's a horrible thing. I read a lot of articles. I don't read books. The way I learned technical trading was pretty much YouTube. And that's it. Honest to God, it's YouTube. In fact, in the welcome letter for Trendspider, I include a couple of videos with a couple of playlists where I learned. Yeah. And Troy, you got it. Morning, Hunter. Hunter's channel. Let's see. Let's look at my portfolio. I'm probably down. I don't expect much today. I mean, until 2 o'clock. Then I think you're going to see the market take off. I think they're going to realize, oh, shit, stuff's coming back. I'm up 0.52. So my guess, Apple is way up. Yep, Apple's up 1%. Algorithm got you out a couple of days ago. It'll get you back in. Yeah, my technical trading journey really started probably around I would say around 2010, 2012, somewhere around there. But I didn't really get into it until I set up the 4-hour algorithm and I found Trendspider. I am by no means an expert. And I will tell you, half the charts that I look at from even the experts make no freaking sense to me. And part of it is, I think it's because just the way I look at stuff, I need my moving averages, I need my MACD, I need my RSI, I need my Bollinger Bands, and my volume, the slider to understand exactly what's going on. And I need all of that. I can't look at a chart that's just a simple chart. This may look crazy to some people. This may look like it's nuts. But I can sit down and I can read this and I can tell you that anything under 220 in Apple, if I didn't own, millions of dollars worth of it, I would probably be buying it at this point. And that's just me. But again, you take a look at a weekly and that chart is just super, super high. You take a look at the actual fundamentals of Apple, and it's just expensive. But again, I look at my iPhone, I look at my iPad, I look at my Apple Watch, I look at my MacBook, I look at my iMac in the corner. I look at all that stuff, and I'm like, ooh, God. And Troy, books, I probably, if this were 1980s or 90s, I would probably not be as good a trader. If I was 50 years old in those days, I would probably not be as good a trader as I am today. I think the internet helped me just with the ability to learn, because I don't learn from books very well. I was never a good student. I think my average was like a C or a D. I was never very good in that sense. So, but I have learned everybody learns differently. Do I have a pimple over there? Or am I just tired? I look sunburned. Yeah, from a 4-hour standpoint, I think the algorithm's going to get you back in Apple. Am I loading up on that one? No. Am I adding back in what I trimmed at 230? Probably not. I'm just a little bit nervous at the valuation of it. You look at the valuation and the PE is 33. And if you go to charting, and again, this is what's great about Seeking Alpha. We can look at the PE historically. Update chart. And you can look at 10-year. That's a pretty pricey price to pay for Apple, considering they may not be actually selling as many iPhones. Now, if they're selling more iPhones than they did last year, and it's just because they produced more, and that's why the lead time is there, that's a pretty compelling offer. Because when you're looking at this was COVID. Okay, that was when everybody was upgrading their computer. That was the reason that it was that high. We haven't seen an iPhone cycle that moves at this high. This was the 15 launch. The PE was 32. Now let's see where the stock price was last year at this time. We can go to the weekly, and last year at this time it was October, around 170. So we can go here. Let's see, October. Let's do week of September 11th. We're going to do the next week. Okay. About 177. I'll take 22% a year. With a safety stock like Apple, I'll take 22% a year. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, okay, I think I'm going to get out of here a little early. Maybe I'll do that course for the paid subscribers. Canslim's good. I think, Patty, you do have Trendspider, if I'm not mistaken. You can just Google Trendspider Canslim, and it should take you to this page, and you can import it into your setup. I like it. I mean, the actual, if you go to Market Scanner, let me see. Canslim. There it is. I have to make my own copy, but the actual scan is pretty robust. I mean, it is robust enough that I don't necessarily want to, build something like this. That's the benefit of having Trendspider, is they're going to build it for you. Now, again, the NYSE, there's a couple of them that come up. A lot. Wow. GCI, Gannett Company. I don't want the New York Stock Exchange. Let's see. Let's do our watch list. Is there anything on our watch list? It's just Palantir and ANET. Palantir, I think, is just overvalued. I don't think ANET is overvalued, though. Let's see. Arista Networks. It's a D minus 45. Peg ratio, the forward is above there. God, they're growing. That levered free cash flow at 246%. Now it's number 8 of 43. INSG is the it's a super small company. This has been a strong buy since $6. It's trading at 16. That's how good the quant is sometimes. I mean, the rabbit hole on this is just crazy. He said sell. It's up 50%. This guy said hold. It's up 73%. The two analysts that cover it. Wall Street, there's 3 analysts that cover it. They're saying it's worth $16. This is ISNG. Let's go back to ANET. Let's look at the Seeking Alpha analysts. They have it as a buy. There's 8 of them. Guy's up 21% since he said buy, 2% since he reiterated, 1% since he said buy. He said hold, it's up 7%. This guy, it's up 39%. Why am I getting fucking balloons? Is that... I don't know if you can see that. Oh, yeah, you can. There's the balloons. There's the balloons. Yeah. Wow. I guess it's Apple doing that. You hold up the peace sign. Let's hold it up here. Happy birthday to you. Okay. I'm out. You guys have a great day. I am going to leave you with some music. Take care. See ya.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.